Welcome back to Green and Gorgeous, everyone. I am your host, Hales, and I am here as always with Emily and Tori. Emily, how are you doing this week?
Good. Yes. Happy Thursday. Happy to be back. How are you, Haley?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I'm glad that we pulled out the W on Sunday, and hopefully this Sunday we can do the same thing. Tori, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Really happy it's Friday tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long week.
Tori also just got back from a bachelorette party, so it's probably been very long for her. But so let's touch on the game from Sunday just a little bit. We won't spend much time on it, but I'm curious to know, what did you guys think? How are you feeling during the game?
I had to listen to a terrible broadcast on the AM radio because I was driving home from Colorado, but from what I heard and saw from the end, things were going well. And then the thing that bothers me the most, even though we won, is that we still have issues putting the game away.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we can't go up, 14-6 and shut them down is actually insanely irritating to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just kind of my big takeaways. We need to learn how to put teams away for sure.
Well, so Tori, you weren't watching the game, so I mean, you could have heard it and then noticed where we started going back downhill.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
We can't ever come back from a mistake. As soon as a mistake happens, the game's over.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's what's the most irritating thing is Aaron Jones fumbles and it's oh shit, world ends. Sucked for me. He's on my fantasy team, of course.
Yeah,
so double upset about that. I was I heard him, I know we were in the red zone and I heard the pass to Jones and they go, and he drops it. And I was no.
On the 1 yard line.
I was so mad.
And honestly, I think this has really just started since the Matt, Coach Matt era, because I don't remember, except for the past 3 or 4 years, that this has been that big of an issue. Happened, championship game, happened last year when Mercedes Lewis fumbled the ball. I mean, it's just a constant thing. We somehow, pull out the games anyways, but yeah, it's extremely frustrating to just lose all momentum 3 and out. They showed the 2 first drives. I believe the first drive was 12 plays. The second drive was 10 plays, 8-9 minutes. We were complete control of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then we fumbled. And then all of a sudden it was 3 and out, interception, 3 and out,
Also, what's up with the interceptions? I know we take advantage of our quarterback and his accuracy, but are you guys irritated that there's been 2 interceptions? Because I am.
On that one, I believe I saw that Tanyan was getting held and they didn't call it. They showed a replay on that. Yeah, they didn't call anything, but I saw that and he didn't get to his spot, and sure enough, the other guy jumped in front. So obviously, yes, at the end of the day, it's Rodgers' fault, but from the replay, it looked like there was some ticky-tack play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as, Packers fans and having Aaron Rodgers, obviously the interceptions are something that we aren't really used to. So it's definitely frustrating. But I think that also comes with having rookie receivers. I mean, it's something that we're going to obviously, unfortunately, probably see more of because our receivers are rookies and they're going to take some time. But not only that, but, I mean, if they're holding and it doesn't get called, we can't control that. So
yeah.
Frustrating, irritating for sure. But I mean,
I wish that with a sack, you can get half a sack, if someone helps you. I feel I wish for quarterbacks, they would only get half an interception if the ball goes off a receiver's hands,
Are you Patrick Mahomes' mom right now, or?
No, I've been saying that for so long though.
No, I agree. I agree. Especially if it pops into the receiver's hand and then pops out. How is that the quarterback's fault?
I know, yeah.
I completely agree, but I just had to throw that in there.
Oh no, I get it because I also heard so many Chiefs fans saying things like that last year, complaining that Tyreek Hill gave Mahomes his interceptions and stuff, and it's yeah.
Okay, but all of Mahomes' interceptions already get called back.
Yeah.
A Mahomes interception is nothing. Come on.
Yeah. No, I think the call that frustrated me the most that didn't get called was the Sammy Watkins face mask at the end. When he was getting pulled out of bounds, they definitely had a firm grasp on it and they pulled him down by it. And they were like, no, it was a caught. And then nothing happened from it. I think that was
from what I saw as well, though, is I feel like there was a possibility of delay a game on the touchdown as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that could have made a big difference. So
that, and they had Rashawn Gary in like chokeholds the whole time, and they never got called. So I'm like, what are we doing here? Why is Rashawn Gary in a chokehold?
Yeah, no, it was definitely frustrating. But yeah, the delay of game, which I know, which we've talked about this before, Rodgers is the king of the last minute snaps, and it drives me to no end. And my dad says that if he had $1,000 to ask Aaron Rodgers one question, that would be it. Why do you wait so long every single time? You know, the time clock's down to 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, snap. So I get it. Like, there's been times where Rodgers has had that happen to where it's kind of iffy, you know. And I think from what I read that they have a full extra half second from whenever the play is, you know, but still.
I mean, part of it, I think, is they just don't want to leave a ton of time on the clock, of course. They've seen what Rodgers can do in the past. And so, like, I think that's the main reason they were waiting so long, but they just waited too long. Twice, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it got them. I'm glad that it backed them up. And as soon as they backed up, I was like, oh, you know, it's going to be kind of close. In my mind, I was like, okay, at least they tie, and then we have an opportunity for overtime. And it's pretty much two of the greatest overtime players, you know, in the past, in this era. So I was like, that could be kind of interesting, but I don't want to lose. So
I was honestly so nervous when Campbell, like, you know, tips the ball at the end, but it went in the air and I was like, someone fucking find it. Like, someone go find that ball before it goes into someone's hands.
I know.
I've had too many heartbreaks.
Oh my god.
Because like he kind of like started like celebrating right away, and I'm like, no, you need to find that ball in the air. I swear to God.
Yeah, I think we're all a little nervous there because we've seen like the weirdest things happen. I'm like, okay, he broke up the pass, but like no one has the ball. Somebody can run and catch it. But I will say Devondre Campbell is probably my player of the game for Sunday. I think it's really crazy. Like, I feel like we really scored on Devondre Campbell. I think he's come in and been an amazing leader, an amazing addition to our defense. Like, I love Devondre Campbell. He deserves everything great. But it's really crazy to think, like, you know, we signed him on a 1-year deal at first and nobody knew what he was going to bring or if we were going to be extending him or anything. And then I honestly cannot imagine this defense without Devondre Campbell.
Oh, no, it would not be what it is for sure.
I feel like he's even better than Za'Darius in 2019 when he had that
I think he's just a better person.
Yeah.
So like not him like being a leader and like people will respect him more, I feel, on the
bar
team.
Is low. The bar is very low.
The bar is incredibly low.
He got voted as one of the captains, so Za'Darius could never.
Literally.
According to his chain, he could. But and I also love his wife. Like, I might have to message his wife and be like, could you please come on our podcast? Because I love her. All she ever does is just like post really positive things, and she loves this man unconditionally. Like, you can really tell it from all of her Twitter posts that I've seen. I think she's great.
You love to see it.
Yeah, you do. So that makes me curious. Was there anybody that stood out to you guys? I mean, obviously Dobbs got his first touchdown. That was great. He's
Rookie of the week.
Rookie of the week.
And we had a special teams Rookie of the Player of the Week.
Oh, yes, we did.
I think I saw it was like the first time since 1976 we've had a Player of the Week on special teams.
Sounds about right, though.
Yeah,
sounds accurate.
Not
surprised by that stat.
I feel like because it was the Packers account on, I want to say Instagram, that put that out, and I'm like, if I was them, I wouldn't have included that. Like, not needed. Not needed information.
I don't know. I think it's cool because it shows that we're headed in the right direction. So I kind of like that they put it.
Yeah, it gives me hope that the special teams is not, you know, a dumpster fire like it has been. So
did y'all see Amari? I don't know if you saw it, Tori, or not, but when Amari, like, he didn't muff it, but he caught it, but he didn't catch it, but then he caught it.
Yeah.
Sweating. Absolutely sweating. Because how many times did that happen to us last year when, you know, fair catch and then all of a sudden muff the pun and then it's a free game.
Right.
Sweating.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't there one last week too? Or the week before? I feel there was like something I feel like where he like bobbled a little bit. I was like, God damn it. Like, here we go.
So on the topic of Amari, I've been seeing a lot of things where like people don't think Amari's gonna stay.
No. I think this is his last year with the Packers. I think they'll release him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. Who's gonna be back there after? Who's to say? I don't know. I just don't see. I mean, I see a lot of the fans not really caring for him, but then like also how like Rodgers kind of addressed him. Yeah, I was like, damn. I kind of feel bad, honestly.
Honestly, I did not like that. I didn't like that.
No, I didn't like that.
But I'm also the type of person where like I'm very sympathetic towards people like when it's an awkward situation, right? Like the way that Rodgers was like, yeah, he's returning for us. There's not much more that I can say on that. I was like, ooh, that's really awkward. And like I just feel like continue. I feel like he put in a lot of work. And I just feel like I don't know. I think in the preseason he looked good on the offense.
He did. Like, no, like in the preseason I was like, okay, like he's gonna actually like do something. But yeah, no, I didn't like that from Rodgers either. And my main thing is because so many people look up to him on that team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That all of a sudden no one else cares.
Exactly. That all of a sudden like he's going to be treated wrong by like other teammates possibly. And then the fans aren't going to respect him either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they want to know, do you think Amari gets released when Hill is ready to come back? So funny story. We were just talking about that. I don't know. I think that Kylan Hill will be back in not very long per sources. But I don't know. I don't know if he'll be released when Hill's ready to come back or if we'll hang on to Amari for a while. I mean, not a while,
I think we'll hang on to him
until the off season.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've you know, to y'all's credit, I follow him on Instagram, being Amari, and he worked the whole off season every single day on his stories. He was out there moving, you know, pumping weight, trying to get back in shape because I think he realized like NFL is a lot different than college.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
I think, you know, the second that Rodgers discredits anyone immediately, I mean, you can see it on the field too when Rodgers, you know, when someone doesn't catch it or they run the wrong route, immediately they're benched. Like even last week against the Bears, I don't know if y'all noticed it, but when A.J. Dillon muffed the handoff, I guess, even though Rodgers claimed it was his fault later, A.J. Dillon spent basically the rest of that game on the bench. Like, it broke my heart. I mean, especially because he's on my fantasy team, so I'm like, get back out there. But it's a very known thing.
Know, like, I would love to be a fly on the wall in the locker room. Like, I just want to know what the conversations and the energy is like because I don't feel like it's good.
Yeah.
Like, I do always wonder because, like Emily said, if somebody makes one mistake, you can just see it on Rodgers' face, and then they're done. Like, the rest of the game. I was surprised that Rodgers targeted Christian Watson at all for the rest of that game after he dropped that. And I was like,
well, it was small shuffle passes.
Yeah,
like,
but
he didn't go deep again.
No, but I'm surprised he targeted him at all because Rodgers obviously is the type of person that can't hold a grudge. And so whenever Watson dropped that pass, I literally looked at Troy and I was like, he's done. He's not getting
that was his chance.
And they always tell the cameraman, or, you know, the cameraman, they're like, okay, if Rodgers misses something, zoom in on his face, get real close to his eyes, and then all of a sudden you see
every time.
Like, every single time.
This season especially, it's like eye rolls for days.
And it's always the same exact face. Like, I have started making the face because I know it's coming. I'm just like it's coming. It's gonna happen. It's painful. And I do honestly, like, I hate that I care because they probably don't care as much as I care, but I feel horrible for these guys. I mean, like, this is their job, you know, and you don't know what's going to happen. What happens if the Packers cut Amari Rodgers and, you know, nobody else wants him? Like, obviously that's not going to happen because I feel like he was good in the preseason on the offense. Some other team may utilize him in a completely different way than we are right now. But you still have to, at the end of the day, like, you get cut from a team and then, like, you're out of work and you don't know what's coming next. You don't know where you're going. You have family. Like, it's just a lot. I can't imagine going through that.
Yeah, he has a small little child that was born, I think, at the beginning or, you know, mid-off season. So, but yeah, no, I totally agree. I hope for the best for them. You know, these players, they've worked their whole life and get a chance, and all of a sudden, you know, you make a couple mistakes. Sometimes you can bounce back from them, but I feel like it's just been a little bit harder on him.
Yeah, I agree with that. But anyways, I think we should get to something a little bit more positive than this because now I feel bad for players again.
Well, I'll be crying off camera.
Emily, as always.
As always.
Crying at the dinner table as her parents watch the episode.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're going to jump into our Thirsty Thursday this week. Emily, I will have you go first.
Okay.
I'm surprised your pick, Emily, has taken this long to appear on the show, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I know. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, one of them's using it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
My pick for Thirsty Thursday this week is going to be our coach. He looked absolutely stunning in that purple jacket, the fit, everything.
We can see you, Tori.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm trying to line up. Carry on.
Everything about this fit was perfect. I loved it. So yes, he had to be my Thirsty Thursday of the week. Yeah.
Lovely.
It's
I
a
love
good
that
pick.
for you. Top tier pick.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, he looks really good!" Like, this
I had
fit
a couple
is
of them. We sent in our little group chat on Twitter. We sent a couple of them. I was like, "Did you see this picture? Did you see this picture?"
I know, we were going back and forth. See, that's the thing about us. So, like, we always go back and forth in our group chat, and, like, all we send for the most part is pictures of the players
or tweets.
Motivation.
Yeah,
or like ridiculous tweets.
So mine is going to be not necessarily just these players, but they are my favorite players. But more as like the jersey as a whole. So if you know me, last year I begged the Packers to wear the 50s jerseys every single game. I am still begging the Packers to wear the 50s jerseys every single game. And naturally, since they just came out with these pictures of the players in the 50s jerseys, my Thirsty Thursday goes to the 50s jerseys.
So good.
Featuring Jair Alexander.
I say, who would you pick to model?
Who else?
There's one other person, though. Can you guys guess?
Ooh,
I don't know if you can see it.
Bakhtiari?
Nope.
Dylan. Be Dylan. That's what I want.
You both were wrong.
Oh.
Look at his muscles.
They oiled him up for that.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Good for him.
Can you imagine, like,
throw a hat on there?
They're like, okay, today you're going to put on oil on Aaron Jones' arms. Like, yes, sir.
Sign me up.
I'll
volunteer.
Yes.
You don't have to pay me.
That job. I will do that.
Yeah, right. I'll pay you.
to let me
oil
on them. I am totally fine with that. No, there were pictures in there of Bakhtiari in the jerseys, but I saw these two, and obviously Jair was an immediate pick because it's Jair. And then Aaron Jones, I was like, oh my God, his muscles look so big.
Yeah, they look good.
This is really thirsty right now, isn't it? So,
anyways.
Tori didn't send a picture, so
yes, I did.
Okay, well, she sent it after we started, I guess.
I am a very bad person. I procrastinate as always because it's never really kicked my ass, but I will just describe
It did
such
today.
a thing.
Just know it did today.
It did today. I feel
Pull
fine.
up the picture on your phone.
Oh, Jesus. I am picking for mine Aaron Rodgers, actually. Here we go.
Shocker.
It is actually because his outfits haven't been fantastic. So it is a shocker. Thank you. I feel this week was very just like relaxed fits, and I'm like all for it. And for me, it was the neutral tones and the joggers showing a little bit of ankle just to be oh so scandalous.
For me, it was the corded headphones. I'm like, this man always rocks around in Bose headphones.
Always.
Why does he have cords? It's 2022. No one should have cords.
It's all right. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's, his hippie little self.
Yeah. And they were saying that people were asking him where did he get his necklace from? But yeah, I agree. His fit was nice. I thought about doing him, but
I was gonna also put AJ Dillon. And part of it was because I thought Dillon was wearing joggers. Plot twist, his thighs are just that big. They were pants.
That checks out. Every time I see this man's quads, like I am still in shock. And I don't know how many times we've seen them now as Packers fans, but I'm just like, there's no way. Like, how are his quads that big? Like, this
I'll
is real
oil
life.
those legs as well.
I don't know if y'all follow any of the Packers wives or girlfriends, but they finally had their Lambos ladies night last night, and they had bunch of like different gifts and stuff like that, but they had a tray of cookies that had all of the significant other numbers on there. And so I was creeping like to be like, okay, well obviously I know like AJ Dillon's married and I know Bakhtiari's married, Randall Cobb's married. I didn't see a number 85 for Tanyan, so I don't know, maybe he didn't have a female friend there.
I will volunteer as well.
Yeah, so I was kind of creeping back and forth between the numbers.
About 23?
I don't know if I saw him. I don't know if I saw the number.
Haley needs to know for her sanity.
What about 32? I don't know if I saw a number for him either.
Curious as well. Anyways,
moving on.
How do y'all feel about Bakhtiari being back?
I feel like he played really well. He's been out for a long time, so it was like, okay, he's gonna have to like shake off the rust a little bit. No, he was great.
I feel like every time he comes in, like he comes in and makes a presence.
Oh yeah,
like you can tell when he's playing versus not for sure.
Which is not to discredit Yosh, because Yosh has done an amazing job, and I still have beef with them sitting him last year on the division game, but that's a different story. But I was
okay different season. We're done with that season.
But I like that they were flipping them back and forth because Yosh did a great job, and I don't think he should be punished just because our multiple All-Pro linemen's back. However, he's back after almost 2 seasons of being gone, so yeah, he's gonna be a little rusty, and especially with how hot it was. I want to say they were saying it was like 80, 95 degrees with the humid. I'd be done.
I think it was 97 degrees, but it felt like over 100. And I feel like we saw that. Like,
yeah,
Lazard obviously came off, and Joe Mixon just got a touchdown, and he's on my fantasy team anyway.
I'm glad we got that game in though before the hurricane came.
Oh
yeah.
They still haven't technically said it's not going to be in Tampa. I'm pretty sure they don't want to say anything because it's going to be in Minnesota. That's their for sure backup. And I mean, it is, I know this drive. I've made this drive so many times. It is 6.5 hours away from Kansas City.
Yeah.
So I don't think they want to say anything because Chiefs fans will be able to fill that stadium very easily compared to Tampa fans.
But the hurricane did turn, so it didn't really hit, it hit Tampa, but not as bad as they expected. So honestly, who knows? But when we were talking about Bakhtiari, I do kind of want to bring up the injury report and see how you guys are feeling. So we had Alan Lazard limited today with an ankle. We had full participation from AJ Dillon with a knee, Jonathan Garvin with a hip, and Christian Watson obviously with a hamstring. And then we did not participate. Jair Alexander for the groin. It's probably because he never messaged me back telling him that I would help him. David Bakhtiari, knee, obviously. And Mercedes Lewis and Caleb Jones are out with an illness. So that being said, how do you guys feel about that going into Sunday?
It is what it is for me. Like, we're going to have to make it work no matter what. Like, obviously, I'd love to have all those names out there, but I don't even care. At this point, I'm like, we're going to have to make it work this whole season. Like, it's just so many, like, raw components that you just got to do what you can.
I feel like it can also be a strategy for the opposing team. Like, oh, well, we might not have, Jair, or we might not have Bakhtiari or Mercedes Lewis. But when I saw actually AJ Dillon pop up on the injury report, I kind of was like, what happened to him? Like, I didn't even see anything. But I was happy to see, because he is on my fantasy team. I got a notification that he is healthy. So good. I think that they'll all play. And I know Bakhtiari has certain set rest days. They have veteran rest days. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, we have to make do. It's not like we can do anything about an injury.
Mm-hmm. So this one is kind of a fun one because I feel like Tori was probably more recent than anybody else here.
Okay, so I have a superpower, and my superpower is that, like, I just don't get hangovers very easily. I think it's because, like, I drink about, like, 12 of these a day. I love water. So yes, I did have a bachelorette party, and yes, I did black out on Friday, and it was fantastic. And I got very drunk again on Saturday, and I woke up at 5 a.m. and I started driving. Like, I go
like a champ.
Like a true champ, except my last time I threw up like Lazard. Back to that question. Chemistry class is what it was. So in Marshall, Missouri, we have this thing called Bottomless. And Bottomless is $10 for a solo cup, 4 hours, all you can drink whatever you want. Liquors, beers, no matter what, 4 hours. And I drank quite a few cups, like more than I can count on 2 hands, of course. And that next morning, I had an 8 a.m. in chem class. I had to drag my friend, who was my roommate in the class, out. We had to go do chemistry, and I was spotting trash cans along the way for the best access. I left multiple times to throw up, and that was my second hangover ever.
Oh my gosh.
And out of 3, I've had 3 my whole life.
That sounds horrible. The last time I threw up like Lazard was when I was pregnant. So 10 out of 10, don't recommend pregnancy.
Or children.
At some point.
Just don't have kids.
I guess the last time that I puked like that was in 2019. We went out drinking for a friend's birthday, and I don't know what happened. It was just endless drinks. And the next morning, I had no idea even threw up until the next morning. David my boyfriend, he had sent me a picture of him holding my hair in the sink while I was just absolutely just losing my guts. And he's holding my hair. And he said that's going to be on our wedding invitations one day. I'm like, absolutely not.
Yes, please. I love that.
So that reminds me of this time. What was I turning? I think I turned 22. So mind you, I found out I was pregnant with Kingston a month after my 21st birthday. So, yeah. So when I turned 22, I was like, all right, I got the baby out. Like, let's go. It's time to party. Like, and I also lived in, Tori will understand, but some people, if you haven't been to Kansas City, you won't. I lived in the Power and Light District, which is like a ton of bars. Like everywhere. So that was when I was pregnant. So I was at Power and Light before I turned 21, obviously.
No,
as we
there's
do.
No such thing as underage drinking.
Well, I knew like all of the security from living where I lived. So like they didn't even card me. They all just thought I was 21. So I was at Power and Light all of the time, and I could really drink. Like I could really handle my liquor. And then fast forward 11 months, I haven't drank. I was nursing Kingston, so like couldn't get drunk, right? So
you can pump and dump.
I mean, yeah, but like who wants to waste milk? Anyways. My cousins are really bad influences. Probably bad people too, but not really.
Shout out to the cousins.
Heyo.
Definitely bad influences. Like if I go out with them, I know nothing good is going to happen. Like, and this is a hard lesson that I've learned. And at 25, like they call me and I'm like, I'm really busy. Like, can't do it. So they took me to Westport, and I was at Westport Ale House actually. And so we were drinking, and then they got me a shot of Jaeger, a shot of tequila, and I want to say maybe a Vegas bomb. Like, they brought them to me all at the same time. I was like, this is a horrible idea, but like Haley 11 months ago could do this. So like, I'm good.
I still got it. I'm a cool mom.
No, you're not good after you go 11 months without drinking. In case you were wondering, your tolerance is nothing. So with that being said, I don't remember anything actually. I'm going to say all I remember is being given those and looking at my cousin. I was like, I hate you for this. And then they were all obviously pressuring me to do them. So I was like, well, my mom ain't raised no bitch. So I did it, and then immediately regretted the decision. And all I remember is that my cousin sent me a picture of me in the back seat of an Uber with my head in a bucket.
Oh no.
So
good. That's great.
Fun stuff.
Good memories.
So yeah, I don't like drinking. I don't like being drunk. But that's
interesting. I'll drink for you. It's okay.
I'll drink to that.
Hey, I'll drink to that.
Appreciate you guys, because like I like beer. Like I'll have a beer.
See, and I don't. Give me all the liquor. I'll give you all my beer.
Yeah, see, no, I don't like liquor. Unless it's a margarita.
Ooh.
Love margaritas, spicy margaritas, like jalapeno margaritas.
Basic white bitch.
At me too next time then.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I don't feel like, are those basic? I don't know. I feel like basic white bitches can't handle the spice of jalapenos, so they probably don't like spicy margaritas.
I feel like, but like spicy is such a thing now. Like that's the hipster thing.
Yeah, it has to be
spicy. Like having spice and
more
stuff.
tahini,
like everything's spicy now, and I'm just like, okay, it's getting annoying.
I don't know. I just like spicy food, so
it depends on the day. Some days, yes. Some days, no.
Like I want my food to like make my nose run.
And I think that's psychotic. Like I just want spice to where it's like dancing on my tongue. It's like, ooh, we're here still. So that's what I want.
So like black pepper.
No, okay, no. First of all, my mom would fucking hit me if she.
Oh yeah, you're Hispanic.
Yes, my little Hispanic mom would be so pissed at me if I thought pepper was spicy.
Oh no.
How tall is your mom again?
My mom's the tallest person in our family, shortest person in our family. She is 5'6".
Oh,
so she towers you still.
Yeah, she's taller than I thought. Okay, I'm just like, when you said my tiny little mom, I'm like expecting some
3'4"
spicy Hispanic mom that's
shorter
than me.
My mom was actually, before me and my sister passed her in height, the tallest female on her whole side of the family. Obviously, it's me now. I'm actually almost one of the tallest people. There's like one cousin that's like 6'1" and no one knows how. But I do have a picture I can pull up super quick of me literally looking down on my mom's side of the family. It's like embarrassing. I look like a monster, a flat out, and I'm in like flats. I'm not in heels. I don't wear heels. I'm towering them. I have to physically look down on my family.
You do like neck massages afterwards.
Right? I always think it's so funny. Like, obviously, nobody really knows us in real life. Like, obviously, Tori and I know each other in real life because we used to be neighbors.
Shout out to my hairstylist.
It's me. I'm the hairstylist.
It's me.
Anyways, I just think it's so funny. Like, whenever you see people on social media, I feel like you can't like gauge their actual size, and then you see them in person, and you're like, in my instance, Tori, I'm like, Hey.
Yeah,
And
you're
Tori's
a lot smaller than I thought you'd be.
Tori's like looking down and I'm like looking up, and I have yet to meet Emily in person, but I think you said you're what, like 5'6"?
Yeah, 5'6".
She's like, yeah, I'd be like able to like talk to her without yelling to the floor.
Without breaking her neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like we have a good range here.
We have a good understanding.
We got 5'1", 5'6", 5'10".
Good.
Raising the bars. We're changing the name of the podcast to Raising the Bars.
Right?
Oh.
Anyways,
Anyways, let's get back to some football here.
Okay.
It is Thursday night after all.
Okay.
It is.
Quick
I
questions.
can't wait to watch this game because the Bengals are wearing the white uniform. So
Ooh,
I know.
Okay. Do y'all think Mac Jones plays on Sunday?
I do not.
I don't think he does.
I would be surprised because they said he had a high ankle sprain, didn't they?
Yeah. I don't know if y'all saw that picture of him leaving, but that just broke my heart. He was.
I saw some like pretty funny memes though from that.
That's always. I love when people. This is me. Like, I have a very dark sense of humor. Like, some of the things I find funny, I'm like, whoa.
Oh yeah. I have to say my favorite thing is on Sunday during the football games because my dad has no social media presence, right? Nothing. And so going through Twitter and just seeing the things that people tweet, I absolutely love telling him because I know I'm over there in my seat cracking up. And as soon as I tell him, he's like, that's like, he loves it. Absolutely loves it. So anytime I tell him, he's like, who comes up with this? I'm like, the people of the internet do.
Right.
Like, they come up with this. And he's like, they're too quick because it's real quick.
The people of the internet make me feel like I'm not funny, and I think I'm hilarious. And I'm like, damn, they're too good though.
Oh yeah.
There's one person specifically that makes me feel like I am good at nothing, and that is Erin Ellis.
Yeah, dude, she's really good.
I'm just like, how is she so quick with everything? I love her. She is hilarious. She is witty, and she is also very sassy, and I love everything about her.
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, it took me a second. Yes, yeah, she's really quick, and I will see her stuff get tons of retweets and likes, and I'm like, oh yeah, girl.
She deserves it. She deserves it.
Oh yeah, I love it. I know she's the one that came up with the Marvel thing from last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
That blew my mind. I watched that 30 times straight.
She is a social media genius, if I do say so myself. So Erin actually was the social media person for Game On Wisconsin before I was. And
they downgraded. Sorry, Haley.
They really did. They honestly did. I'll be the first one to say it. And I was very intimidated by my role. I was like, she was so good at this. Like, I can barely get myself dressed in a day. Like, you want me to run the social media? So, good news, I don't have to get dressed to run Game On Wisconsin social media. Bad news, I don't have a lot of time. I wish I did because I would love to do half the stuff that she does. I mean, she's amazing.
Yeah,
but
she's great.
Yeah, she's really good. So let's talk about week 4 just a little bit because, like, you know, it's Thursday night football.
I got a question for you. So if we all agree we don't think Mac Jones is playing, what would you rank confidence scale 1 to 10 for this game?
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
he's positive today. I love it.
I mean, like, the Patriots are the Patriots, right? But Tom Brady
made them the Patriots, okay. Definitely.
So now I won't discredit Bill Belichick at all.
No, you gotta put credit on his name for sure.
Absolutely. So with that being said, like, I'm not scared of the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
They're not what they used to be.
No, I'm not scared of the Patriots. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Again, Bill Belichick taking Mac Jones and doing what they did, his rookie season was great. Like, that's really good for a rookie, good for them. But I don't see it this year. They are not a team that, like, lights a fire under anyone's ass to, like, get them to play harder, I feel like, which can worry me. That I feel like we'll just be like, like, we'll have this. They don't even have a starter. And I think I could see us struggling in the first quarter and then hopefully getting our act together.
Yeah. Kind of like the opposite of last week.
Yeah, I'm definitely a lot more confident since I'm the very pessimistic person here. I was saying like 6.5 out of 10, but I will raise to a 7.
Ooh, a nice even number.
Oh, it's not even, but
it's odd.
Well, okay, hold on. It's not 6.5. 6.5 is a half a number, so that's what I meant.
Okay, what you meant
is a whole number.
Whole number.
All right, pull down the board. Math lessons with Haley and Tori.
So I don't know if you guys watched Somebody's Bar last night, but it was hilarious. Todd was angry at everyone, and Todd was like mispronouncing words, and they were just calling him out for his shit. And then Jimmy didn't have his @ sign in his name, and then Todd was calling him out for that, and that was just like that was just
Peak
that
comedy.
Like the roles were, different because this was math and theirs was English, but tune in to Game On Wisconsin for all your learning needs. We also do provide educational information.
We are family friendly. Put your 4-year-old in front of us and we'll teach them how to do things, They'll figure things out. They'll figure out how to swear for sure, but like
definitely. Yeah. My 3-year-old is really good at that. But we've gotten to the point where like I say oh shit a lot and I don't realize that I say it a lot, but I'll just be like, oh shit. And he's like, don't say that, Mom. I'm like, you're right.
The hardest thing as a parent, I would imagine, is like to have your kids swear and you like don't laugh. Like when kids swear, I think it's hilarious.
I would love to know when you get to that point because like I don't know if I said it on here. I can't remember, but when Aaron Rodgers was on the Pat McAfee show and they were asking about, I can't remember who they were asking him about. Anyways, he told him to shut the fuck up. And I was watching it and Kingston was sitting right next to me. And he was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, oh my God, I can't watch anything. Nothing is safe around here. Like, it's horrible, but it's still hilarious nonetheless.
It's funny. It's like, especially with like a little baby middle finger.
Okay, so Kingston points like this. Kingston points with his middle finger. He'd be like, that over there, right there. And I'm just like, can you use your pointer finger, please? Like, why are we doing this? Anyways, he also told me today that he doesn't like me. So I FaceTimed him because I haven't seen him for a week. And he answered the phone and was like, I don't like you, Mom. I was like,
oh no.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll see you later, buddy. Have fun in Florida.
Oh my God.
So anyways, after the win over the Bucks, I want to know, are you guys more confident in this team being a Super Bowl contender?
Not with us not being able to get our momentum back. If we were able to, get back on track, score,
shut them down when we needed to,
30, 40 points, I would feel great. That's all that defenses have to do to us is just get a turnover, and then all of a sudden we shut down. And I don't feel confident with that.
I don't feel like this. The whole like vibe this season, I don't feel it being a Super Bowl team, honestly. I think we have too much to figure out, like with each other. Like we need to figure out these rookies. They need to get to know each other. So I could see this being like that get to know you year, hopefully, and Rodgers will stay and not retire. And then next year being that year. Because, I mean, our wins is the Bears. Okay. It's the Bears. And then and now we have the Bucks who've been struggling all year.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they will probably make the playoffs because the NFC is not very good, honestly. But I don't see them being like an intimidating team.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's not going to be an MVP year for Rodgers either. He's just not getting the touchdowns, not getting the yards. I mean, I think this will honestly probably be his lowest year in stats because they're doing more running, which is good. It was just what we need, but I don't see it being an MVP year. Just
I definitely don't.
Having, major, key players that he knows and can trust to throw to. And a lot of his stats from when I was looking, he's been passing around the ball a lot, which is great. That's what we need.
Yeah.
You can't just force it to one person. You have to have multiple weapons. So it's exciting to be able to see that, but I'm just already choking it up too. get ready for the heartbreak, and it's not going to be an MVP season. So
I definitely think that we have the TV on ESPN all day long at work. And so I'm able to tune in a little bit. And I think that they were comparing Hurts to Rodgers. Who's more likely to have an MVP season? It's honestly Hurts right now. And it's exactly what you're saying. He's not able to get those big numbers anymore because we have to spread the ball, and we don't have super reliable people catching it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 2 answers to this question, but I'll make them super quick because I love this question right here. So I think that the defense is a Super Bowl team. I think that they're doing really great things, especially in the last 2 weeks. The defense, if it weren't for the defense, we would have lost these games because
definitely improving.
Nothing. As far as the offense, no, absolutely not. I don't think it's a Super Bowl team. We cannot overcome adversity whatsoever. We've all talked about it. You can't let one play determine the rest of the game, and unfortunately, that's what we do every week. So that's my answer to that. What do you think of Quay Walker? Love him. Great pick. Want him all of the time. I love him.
He's doing what Devondre Campbell did last year, because they kind of moved some players around. And Devondre Campbell last year, he was all over the field, left, which he still is this year. But it was just any time that the ball was on the ground, he was there immediately. Mm-hmm. And that's what Walker's doing this year. Immediately, he is where the ball is. He's, making plays. I think he was a great pick. I think he was honestly incredible. I'm excited to see what we can, progress him to and develop him and see how he does. But 10 out of 10 pick for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan.
I love him. Big fan. I think he's going to do great things. I think he was an amazing, amazing pick. I love him. Mm-hmm. And I love that he has been so good, because I remember whenever we made that pick, Packers Twitter was absolutely losing their shit.
Of course, as we do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the fun
So
of it.
I love that he's doing great things, because honestly, he was worth the pick. And I hope that everybody that said something bad about him is choking on their words right now. Yeah. Anyway. So I guess let's do score predictions with Mac Jones not playing.
Okay, not playing.
I'll go first. I'm gonna say 24-10. Packers.
My score pick, I'm going with 27-16.
Okay. I go 30-13 Packers.
And I definitely feel that the 16 that the Patriots are going to get, I feel like they're going to get a touchdown in that first quarter. A lot of their points are going to definitely come in the first half. I think they're not going to do too great the second half. And I'm hoping that means that we put them away and we see them progress from what we're talking about this whole entire episode of them needing to step it up in the end.
Would be nice.
Well, we'll see if somebody makes a mistake. If we see a mistake, it's over.
Yeah, I will say, my heart rate got up this past week, and I was doing a lot of the old man slapping my knees. Are you kidding me? To the point to where my hands were numb and my legs were numb, and it was 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. My dad's like, "You want Jack in the Box after this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you want to go get it?" And I'm like, I need to calm down.
So the issue is that you got Jack in the Box for the game previously. Why didn't you get Jack in the Box before?
Because what do we have? I don't remember what we had. Oh, we had Panda Express for lunch, and then it was going to be for the dinner game. And so, but I was constantly slapping my hands, and so even after we won, my mom's like, "Okay, you ready?" And I'm like, I need to calm down. My heart rate was this the whole game. I need to calm down. So I sat still for 10 minutes. I couldn't even tweet. I was so excited.
I was driving. How do you think I was doing?
Oh, no. Yeah.
I was a liability out there.
Oh my God.
I don't
and I couldn't see it either. I couldn't see it. I was listening. Yeah. And it was terrible for me.
That was last year when we played against the Commanders. I was driving back from Oklahoma, and my mom had the game on my phone, but she was watching it, and she's so sweet. She was like, Rogers threw the ball. It's in the air. And, okay, Tanyan caught it. Okay, cool. Now they're at the, I think, 32-yard line. Okay, because we were doing great. And then, of course, started to let the momentum up, and so they started coming back. And I was like, I don't want to leave. I want to wait to watch the game. And everyone's like, no, we got to go. And I was like, okay, fine. And so mom's like, I'll do play-by-play. And she is just the sweetest person, Okay, and okay, now they're running it. And okay, the other coach took a timeout and just like complete play-by-play. And she's like, okay. And she's like, there's 10 seconds left, 9 seconds, 8, just counting the whole thing.
I did text my dad, and I was like, I need you to text me like basically highlights and like what's going on as well, because my radio was terrible. It was so fuzzy.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, you need to like be texting me. So shout out to you, Papa P, for that. Thank you.
Hey yo.
So, Emily, at this point, I think after the show, we're going to just stay on, and then you're just going to go introduce us to your parents.
Okay, sounds good. I'll go grab them.
They're actually right outside the door waiting.
Welcome.
So with that being said,
with that being said, we got to go because we got to meet Emily's parents. So enjoy Thursday night football, and we'll see you back next week.
Bye.
Bye.